Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. Soup à l'oignon, a classic French onion soup recipe with melty cheese. Part 2. Step-by-step preparation. Making soup à l'oignon is a rewarding experience that fills your kitchen with delightful aromas. This classic French onion soup is all about bold flavors and simple techniques. Here's a detailed guide to help you create this comforting dish from start to finish. Caramelizing the onions. Caramelizing onions is the heart of this dish. Start by thinly slicing 4 to 6 large onions. Use a heavy-bottomed pot or skillet to ensure even cooking. Add 2 tablespoons of butter and a splash of olive oil to the pan over medium heat. Cook slowly. Add the onions once the butter is melted. Stir them frequently to prevent burning. Patience is key. Allow the onions to cook for about 30 to 40 minutes. The secret is to go slow. This lets the natural sugars in the onions develop into a rich, deep brown color. Season lightly. In the last few minutes, sprinkle a pinch of salt. This helps draw out moisture and enhances the flavor. As the onions turn golden brown, you'll notice a sweet aroma filling your kitchen. This process transforms the onions into a sweet, savory base for your soup. Making the broth. Next, it's time to create a rich broth. Start by adding 6 cups of beef stock or a mixture of beef and chicken stock to the caramelized onions. Enhance the flavor, bring the mixture to a simmer, and add in a splash of dry white wine for depth. Season generously. Don't forget to add salt and freshly cracked black pepper to taste. A few sprigs of thyme can add an herbal note, while a bay leaf delivers just the right amount of earthiness. Let it simmer. Allow the broth to simmer for at least 20 minutes. This lets all the flavors meld beautifully. This broth will be the soul of your soup à l'oignon, warm and inviting. Combining ingredients. Now it's time to bring everything together. Once the broth's flavors have blossomed, remove the thyme and bay leaf. Mix it up. Gently stir the caramelized onions back into the broth. This is where the magic happens. The dish starts to transform into the hearty soup everyone loves. Final touch. Taste the soup and adjust seasoning if necessary. You can also add a dash of sherry or balsamic vinegar for a hint of acidity. At this moment, you'll see the rich color of the soup. It's almost ready for the next step. Serving suggestions. Serving soup à l'oignon is where you can truly impress. 1. Toast the bread. Slice a baguette into 1-inch pieces and toast them until golden. This adds a nice crunch and helps soak up the soup. 2. Layer the cheese. Place toasted bread on top of the soup in individual bowls. Generously sprinkle with grated Gruyere cheese, which melts beautifully. 3. Melt it down. For that perfect final touch, place the bowls under a hot broiler for 2 to 3 minutes until the cheese is bubbly and golden brown. Serve with a sprinkle of fresh parsley for color, and watch as everyone dives in. Each spoonful is a warm, cheesy embrace, combining the sweetness of the caramelized onions with the savory broth. Enjoy your homemade soup à l'oignon. Variations and twists. Soup à l'oignon is a classic dish that has many variations to satisfy different tastes and dietary needs. Whether you're looking to make it vegetarian, vegan, or simply a protein boost, there are plenty of ways to give this traditional soup a modern twist. Vegetarian and vegan options. Adapting soup à l'oignon for vegetarian or vegan diets is simple and still keeps all the delicious flavors. Instead of using beef broth, you can swap it for vegetable broth. This change maintains the depth of flavor while catering to plant-based diets. To enhance the richness of the soup, consider adding some sautéed mushrooms. They add that earthy taste which often complements the sweetness of the caramelized onions. Another great hack is to use a splash of soy sauce or miso for a savory boost. For those who love a bit of freshness, adding herbs like thyme or parsley can brighten the dish. Have you thought about experimenting with a sprinkle of nutritional yeast? It provides a cheesy flavor without the dairy. Finally, when it comes to toppings, You can use a vegan cheese alternative that melts nicely or simply enjoy a crusty piece of bread on top. Adding different proteins. If you want to make your soup a loignon heartier, adding protein can be a fantastic option. Here are some ideas to get you started. 1. Chicken. Shredded rotisserie chicken can easily be stirred into the soup. It's quick and adds a comforting touch. 2. Bacon. For those who enjoy a bit of smokiness, crispy bacon bits can bring a flavorful crunch that pairs perfectly with the onions. 3. Seafood. Shrimp or even crab meat can be delightful additions. They lend a fresh contrast to the warm, earthy soup. 4. Tofu. For a vegetarian choice that packs protein, cubes of firm tofu can soak up the broth's flavor. Just sauté them beforehand for a bit of texture. 5. Lentils. For a plant-based option, lentils are great. They offer protein and a slight nuttiness that complements the sweet onions. Experimenting with these variations not only makes soup a loignon your own but also showcases how versatile this dish can be. So, what twist will you try next? Perfect pairings. When enjoying a warm bowl of soup à loignon, what you drink and eat alongside it can really uplift the entire experience. Finding the right pairings can turn a simple meal into a delightful feast. Here are some ideas to enhance the flavors of this classic French soup. Wine pairings. A good wine can amplify the rich, savory tastes of French onion soup. Here are a few options that work wonderfully. Chardonnay, a white wine with a buttery texture and hints of apple and pear. It balances the soup's creamy melted cheese beautifully. Sauvignon Blanc. This white wine offers bright acidity, complementing the soup's richness without overpowering it. Look for citrus notes that can brighten each spoonful. Merlot. If you prefer red wine, Merlot is a smooth choice. Its soft tannins and fruity flavors enhance the soup's caramelized onions. Pinot Noir. Another solid red option. Pinot Noir pairs well with its earthy undertones, matching the onion's sweet, deep flavors. Choosing a wine that fits your personal taste will elevate your meal. Whether you like white or red, there's a perfect option waiting for you. Side dishes. Pairing the right side dishes with your soup can create a well-rounded meal. Here are some tasty suggestions. Crusty baguette. A fresh, crispy loaf of bread is a must. Tear off a piece and dip it into the soup, letting the broth soak in. It's a simple pleasure. Mixed green salad. A light salad with a tangy vinaigrette can balance the soup's richness. Think about adding some cherry tomatoes or sliced cucumbers for freshness. Garlic butter toast. Similar to a baguette but with a twist. Toast slices of bread topped with garlic butter. This adds a savory note, matching the soup's deep flavors. Cheese plate. Serve a small cheese platter with some soft cheeses and nuts. This adds variety and complements the melted cheese already in your soup. These pairings aren't just side dishes, they create a complete meal experience. Experiment with these options to discover your perfect combination. Making soup à loignon brings the warmth of French cuisine right to your kitchen. The blend of caramelized onions, rich broth, and gooey melted cheese creates a comforting bowl that is hard to resist. Don't just take our word for it, try the recipe for yourself and discover the joy of crafting this classic dish. As you savor each spoonful, think about how you might put your own spin on it. What toppings or variations could you add? We'd love to hear about your experiences, so share your thoughts and any unique twists you try. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe.